Coming up on Chapman News, the private diary of a Holocaust survivor. I'll have that story next.
She sold over 13 million albums, was the star of a hit Disney TV show, and now Hilary Duff is at Chapman University. Stay tuned for more coming up on Chapman News.
Good afternoon and welcome. I'm Christina Hosenoral.
And I'm Shamola Karkar. This is Chapman News.
Members of the Chapman community were treated to a special event last night, one that brought together people from the past and the present. Wes Rappaport has the story.
Students and faculty gathered in the Fish Interfaith Center last night to hear stories of the Holocaust. The program, put on by the Rogers Center for Holocaust Education, featured a presentation from Dr. Deborah Dwork, who spent the hour commenting on excerpts of the personal diary of Holocaust survivor Pavel Weiner. Dr. Dwork, the director of Holocaust and Genocide Studies at Clark University, discusses her new book entitled A Boy in Terezin, the Private Diary of Pavel Weiner, in which she chronicles the life of a young boy as he moves to a number of concentration camps in World War II Europe. Dr. Dwork speaks to the importance of studying the Holocaust.
Unless you know where you come from as a society, you don't know where you're going. My hope is that studying about the Holocaust will alert people to the world around them. I don't think that the Holocaust was a blueprint for the future, but I do think that it can serve as a compass to help them understand the world in which they live and the world to which they would hope to give shape.
Jeff Kerber reiterated the significance of Holocaust education.
The Holocaust is about stories, and it's about telling the stories as historians tell them and listening to the stories as the eyewitnesses, as survivors experience them.
The event, part 2 of 6 for this year's lecture series, aimed to enlighten and engage those who wish to learn and understand more about the annihilation of Jews and others during the Holocaust. At the Fish Interfaith Center, Wes Rappaport, Chapman News.
The next event at the Rogers Center's lecture series features a session on how time was kept by those imprisoned during the Holocaust. That presentation is scheduled for November 1st at 4 p.m. in Beckman Hall, room 404.
For the first time in 20 years, the public can get a close look inside some of the restricted areas of the Fullerton Police Department. The Fullerton PD is holding an open house this Saturday beginning at 10 a.m. Areas that can be explored include the jail, dispatch area, and an indoor shooting range. Visitors will also have the chance to look at a SWAT van, and kids can get fingerprinted. The death of Kelly Thomas has been one of the many things that the department has been criticized for lately, and with events like this, they hope to start regaining the public's trust.
A Fullerton woman was charged with 17 years in prison after stabbing her ex-boyfriend with an ice pick. Elizabeth Villanueva, age 49, hid in the backseat of the victim's convertible, parked at Messiah Lutheran Church. After the victim pulled out of his parking spot, Villanueva revealed herself and stabbed him multiple times in the head and shoulders. The victim was finally able to stop the car and escape. Villanueva then went on to assault 2 bystanders who tried to intervene and help. The bystanders are also pressing charges. An anonymous sex offender is suing 4 cities, Costa Mesa, Huntington Beach, Seal Beach, and Lake Forest, over a ban on public areas. He claims that ban on public areas such as parks, trails, and beaches are unconstitutional. The lawsuit says that these cities did not take into account offenders who are no longer considered a risk to the community. Officials have not yet commented on the pending lawsuit.
The National Society of Leadership and Success hosted its first of 6 speaker discussions with Hilary Duff this week. Chapman News' Kian Vahedi has all the details.
Is anyone excited that Hilary Duff is here?
This past Tuesday, nearly 500 Chapman students gathered outside the Sandu Conference Center here at Chapman University to see famed Hollywood star Hilary Duff as she took the stage for a one-on-one discussion hosted by the National Society of Leadership and Success.
We're here for Hillary Duff.
We're here for Hillary Duff.
I'm so excited. It's going to be awesome.
We absolutely love her.
Yeah.
Honestly, I just want to make eye contact with her and smile at her. I have no idea what she's going to say. I just hope it's not boring.
Hey now. Hey now. She's like such a good role model for all of us, and we all like love her crazily. It's like insane.
The event, which began promptly at 3:30, featured a variety of discussion topics ranging from her Disney days to life as a mom, her new New York Times best-selling collection novel series, and even her feelings about today's industry.
I feel, it's so sad that I feel like it's not about talent, how talented you are anymore, you know?
From acting to singing to publishing a New York Times bestselling author, it seems like you've done everything. But how is tonight's event different?
Oh, this is so different. It's been a very reflective night to go back into my whole career and dive into the things that I've done and that I've accomplished and that I've been challenged by and that I've learned from. It's been really nice actually to talk about it because I haven't in such a long time, but also to be in the presence of college students. I really respect them for the efforts that they're putting in to school and to their life, every day. So I've never done anything like this.
It's one of the advantages of being in Southern California. We have so many students interested in the entertainment industry, and to be able to have someone like that come on campus, not just for our students, but also to broadcast all over the world, was a lot of fun.
As you can see behind me, after the event, Hillary took some time to sign some copies of her new books. This is Keon Behetti reporting from the Sandu Conference Center, Chapman News.
In case you missed Hillary Duff's Chapman visit, you can log on to www.societyleadership.org for highlights of the event or to watch the full discussion again.
When we come back, a look at this week's weather report.
Care to give us a sneak peek, Erica?
Hey girls, coming up next, it may not be time for the sweaters quite yet, but as you can see, it's going to get a little bit colder in the LA area. Coming up next on the weather.
Don't stand by, stand up.
And we're back, and this is Chapman News. I'm Christina Hasenorl.
And I'm Shamola Karkar.
I am so ready for some cool weather. 90 degrees in October is ridiculous.
I agree. The holidays are just around the corner. It needs to get cold fast. Any good news, Erica?
Hey girls, well unfortunately we're not going to look at some cool weather in LA, but as you can see, the East Coast is getting a little bit of that. 68 in New York, see some thunderstorms and rain down the coast. A little warmer down south, 87 in Miami. You can see that there's still some cold weather and rain coming across the coast. You've got 84 in Houston, moving along to Arizona. It's really hot, still staying at 93 in Phoenix. As we move along to the West Coast, as you can see, Fresno is a little bit warmer than us. Moving down, you can see 72 degrees in LA, 96 in San Diego. So a little bit warmer for us, not time for the sweaters, but we're getting a little bit of the chill coming through. Looking ahead at the 5-day forecast, today is going to be the last day of some real heat with a high of 80. Moving on to the weekend, we've got partially cloudy, low 70s for the week. And a little bit cooler at the nighttime, seeing 55, so maybe bust out the slippers when you girls are ready. But I don't know, you can probably spend your last weekend at the beach. I don't know about myself, I'll be watching football, but what about you girls?
I don't know, maybe blanket, few sweatshirts around here and there. But thank you so much for that update, Erica. Moving on, Orange County 73 Tollway Road will be partially closed this weekend for the filming of The Hangover Part 3. Both sides of the southbound 73 will be closed starting from 5 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. on Saturday and Sunday, and the 55 to Jamboree Road will be closed from 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. 73 northbound will be closed from Jamboree Road to Campus Drive from 12 p.m. to 7 p.m. on Saturday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. on Sunday. For those of you using this route as a part of your daily commute, expect to have detours and some traffic.
President Obama and Governor Romney came face-to-face with the second debate on Tuesday in New York. Nicole Swinford has more.
President Barack Obama and Governor Mitt Romney.
This week witnessed the second presidential debate. The town hall format allowed the candidates to move around a bit, and things got a little heated.
We're sort of way off topic here, Governor Romney.
We're a little off topic here.
Completely off the immigration.
I thought we were talking about immigration.
And
Candidates took questions on both foreign and domestic issues, but the very first question of the night was one of great concern to college students, that is, jobs after graduation. Here's what the candidates had to say.
More debt and less jobs. I'm going to change that. I know what it takes to create good jobs again.
We've got to reduce our deficit, but we got to do it in a balanced way. Asking the wealthy to pay a little bit more along with cuts so that we can invest in education like yours.
The youth played a huge role in the president's 2008 election with record turnout. However, analysts now say that the enthusiasm is starting to die, and many of his past youth supporters aren't even sure they're going to be voting at all this year. For Chapman News, I'm Nicole Swinford.
The final presidential debate will take place on Monday and will concern foreign policy issues.
A federal appeals court in New York struck down the Defense of Marriage Act, or DOMA, yesterday. DOMA is a law Congress passed in 1996 that prevented the federal government from recognizing same-sex marriages. The court ruled in favor of 82-year-old Edith Windsor, who inherited property from her late wife, Thea Spy. The federal government charged her over $350,000 in estate taxes because the IRS didn't recognize her marriage. This is the second time an appellate court has undermined DOMA. While this decision is largely symbolic, DOMA foes hope to use it if a DOMA challenge ever found its way to the Supreme Court.
On Thursday, workers placed Disney's California letters onto 3 flatbed trucks, transporting them north to the Cal Expo in Sacramento. For a decade, the 12-foot letters were used as a huge landmark and were also decorated for special events and seasons. The letters weigh a total of 67,000 pounds, and the move itself costs about $7,000, with a possible additional $63,000 for installation. This past May, Disney announced that they would donate the letters, worth about $250,000, to the Friends of the California State Fair for display. Deputy Manager of the State Fair, Paul Gillingham, says that they will unload the 10 statues into storage until they are displayed in front of the fairgrounds in about a year.
It's a good time to be an Orange County landlord, especially in towns like Orange, where there's a lot of demand and not a lot of supply. Alicia Way has the story from Old Town.
Orange County apartment rents have reached an all-time high, with the average tenant paying around $16.28 a month. Renters paid $24 a month more than last spring's average and $73 a month more year over year. Orange County had the 5th highest average rent among the top 26 metro areas in California, trailing only Silicon Valley, San Francisco, Los Angeles, and Santa Cruz. Rents are rising because job growth is encouraging many young people to move out of their parents' homes.
Nobody's getting paid anymore, but the rent increases are at, they're at all-time high. Gas, everything. I mean, it's just, you can't live anymore. It's tough.
Today, buying is better than renting for people planning to live in the home for at least 5 years. With the rise in rent, landlords are just getting back to where they were at the peak of the market. I'm Alicia Way, Chapman News.
Orange County's improving economy is also playing a role in rents spiking. The county's joblessness rate is down to 7.7%. That's a tick below the national average.
Anaheim's arena is expanding into an entertainment-based venue. Julian Solomita details the changes.
The Honda Center of Anaheim has undergone construction to enhance the experience for fans before and after games. The Grand Terrace is set to feature a 15,000 square foot entertainment space along with an 80-foot bar. The bar is set to have an entire bar and grill open to the public for all events. The new Ducks team store is set to be triple the size of the previous one.
Basically, it's
the way for a way for us to help our fans get a one kind of stop shopping and come to an event. We're going to have a new team store, a new public restaurant downstairs, and then a grand terrace upstairs. It's a 15,000 square foot entertainment space, indoor and outdoor, and people are now going to be able to come to Honda Center, park once, jump in, get a great meal, and then either see a show or go to a hockey game or basketball game as we're having tonight.
Despite the NHL and the Ducks being locked out due to the NHL lockout, the project still continues.
We do almost 200 events a year on average, so while there are 40-some home games usually per season for the Ducks, we still are quite busy.
Although far down the line, the Honda Center is still looking actively for an NBA team to take Anaheim.
Our ownership has said that they are certainly interested in continuing to pursue an NBA team. There's no current updates to that, but definitely still interested.
Reporting from the Honda Center in Anaheim, I'm Julian Salamita, Chapman News.
The NHL remains locked out and the Honda Center is still without an NBA team. Coming up, the best campus sports show with sports expert Bailey Maloney.
Bailey, does it look like the NHL lockout is going to end anytime soon?
I'll have that answer after the break. Plus, football looks to give Coach Owens his 50th win. And postseason baseball heats up. The best campus sports show is next.
You know what?
What?
Since I got adopted, I've learned a lot about these humans.
I know. I mean, check out these two. It's Flirt City over here.
Yeah, I noticed that. It looks like my human is definitely into your human.
Oh, look! I think she's getting his number.
Nice.
Your human's got some sweet moves.
Takes after his dog. Oh, look, they're doing that thing where they put their arms around each other.
She kicked up a leg. It's like in the movies.
That's awesome. Looks like we're going to be hanging out a little bit more.
Up to 40% of businesses never recover after experiencing a major disaster. Make a plan at ready.gov/business.
Know what?
What?
Since I got adopted, I've learned a lot about these humans.
I know. I mean, check out these two. It's Flirt City over here.
Yeah, I noticed that. It looks like my human is definitely into your human.
Oh, look! I think she's getting his number.
Nice.
Your human's got some sweet moves.
Takes after his dog. Oh, look, they're doing that thing where they put their arms around each other.
She kicked up a leg. It's like in the movies.
That's awesome. Looks like we're going to be hanging out a little bit more.
Up to 40% of businesses never recover after experiencing a major disaster. Make a plan at ready.gov/business.
Welcome back to Chapman News. I'm Christina Hosenoral.
And I'm Shamola Karker.
We're joined now by Bailey Maloney for the Best Campus Sports Show.
Bailey, how did the football team do this weekend?
Shamola, Christina, football looking to improve. Coach Owens looking for his 50th career win last week as the Panthers hosted the Occidental Tigers. Chapman defense played well against Occidental, especially in the second half. In the first quarter, linebacker Michael Melhalf strips Tigers running back Austin Cheadle, recovering the fumble on the 19-yard line. The recovery led to 2 touchdown catches by Khalid Kunatomo. Here's a one-handed grab in the back left corner of the end zone from freshman quarterback Andrew Chavez to put the Panthers up 28-14 in the third quarter. At the end of the fourth, the desperate Occidental tried moving the ball downfield, but junior defensive back Cameron Cutter intercepted Tigers' ball at the Chapman 44-yard line to seal the win, with a final score of 44-28. Chapman News Sports Director Wes Rampaport was at Saturday night's game.
Tonight, offensively up 2 touchdowns, but they would be caught twice tonight by the Occidental Tigers, and a very strong turning point in this ballgame was an interception from Cameron Cutter in the fourth quarter. And I'll tell you what, no one was more excited by this victory than head coach Bob Owens. He is now 50 wins in his career.
Is it a good thing? It is certainly a good thing, but the people that should be congratulated is these guys. It's a great achievement for all of us.
D-line is rotating 9 guys. 9 guys are stepping up and making a play, and that's when we really, wear out that O-line, and those big hits come.
I have great surrounding cast. I have great experience offensive line, and that
that makes me most comfortable with what I do and gives me time to make plays and read defenses. And I have great skill guys too that are always going to go for the ball wherever I throw it. Even if it might be a bad ball, they're going to go for it. They're going to sell out every play.
Chapman volleyball is on fire as of late. They are undefeated at home and are working on a 6-game winning streak. Julian Solomita checked in with the team before the game. Here's what they had to say.
Thanks, Bailey. Right now I'm here in the athletic training room where the volleyball team prepares for its first of 2 games today, and I'm standing here with Ashley Gideon. Ashley, what are you doing right now in preparation for the 2 games today?
Well, a lot of the girls on our team are injured, so we're in here trying to get ready for the game, just heating our muscles, trying to get them ready. A lot of us are hurt, so they're doing rehab, stuff like that, just trying to get prepared.
Now, looking back to the last win, you guys clinched a spot, the Chapman's first ever SCIAC playoff spot. What was that like?
Amazing. I don't think you could describe the feeling. We haven't been first ever, I don't think, and this is our first time in SCIAC. To be on top is just a really great feeling.
Now, you got 2 games today. You have Santa Cruz and then you have Caltech. Santa Cruz isn't a conference game. Will you be playing all the starters for that game as well?
Yes, we will. We're taking Santa Cruz a little more seriously than Caltech today. I think they've beaten us in the past. They're a big rival since last year as well, so we're taking it like a really big game.
And then you have, after Caltech, you have 3 more games left in the season. Which of those games are you expecting to be the toughest?
Cal obviously is a really tough game. I think last year was the first time we've ever really beaten them. They beat us to go to state last year, so it's a big deal for us as well.
And like I said, you have 2 games today. So you have one at 12 and one at 6. What do you guys do in between those games? You sit around and rest? And
I think the hour in between is just to really eat, get some rest, get ready to go again. So, yeah.
All right, well, best of luck. The girls take on Santa Cruz at 12 o'clock today, and then they have Caltech later on at 6. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Julian. This current score against Santa Cruz is 19-16. Chapman in the first set. Women's soccer. Women's soccer hosting Laverne this week. The Panthers 10-5 entering the game, a must-win game to keep playoff hopes alive. Women's soccer looking for an important victory against Laverne. We begin in the 28th minute. Junior Val Sobel knocking in a penalty kick after sophomore Rebecca Bortz draws a foul. Panthers on the board first, 1-0. Later in the first, Bortz is back in town. She takes a pass and one-times it into the goal for her 7th of the season. Laverne would score a few minutes later, but the Panthers were too much for the Leopards. Chapman would score once more and win it 3-1. Here's a look ahead for Chapman Athletics. The 4-1 football team heads to Redlands this weekend, game time 7 p.m. Men's soccer hosts Claremont Mudscripts at Wilson Field on Monday at 7. Volleyball looks to continue their hot streak on Tuesday as they travel to Whittier. They play at 7:30. And women's soccer takes on Cal Lutheran at home on Wednesday at 5. For complete schedules, visit ChapmanAthletes.com. On to baseball, critical day in the MLB playoffs. We begin in St. Louis for Game 4 of the NLCS. Tim Lincecum on the hill for San Francisco, trying to even the series at 2 apiece. Not a great night for the Giants, already down 3 in the 6th. John Jay drives 2 with the gapper. Cards win 8-3, and they now lead the series 3 games to 1. We go AL style. Tigers looking to complete the sweep against the Yankees. Triple Crown winner Miguel Cabrera continuing to the cause. The run shot in the 4th makes it 4-0. We go on to the 9th.
This is going to do it. Prince Fielder wants it. The Tigers are going to the World Series for the 11th time in franchise history.
Tigers sweep up the pinstripes. They advance to the Fall Classic. Our nation saw some very anxious hockey fans this week as labor disputes between the NHL and the Players Association met once again to negotiate a deal for the upcoming hockey season. Yesterday's talks had us thinking we could be getting close to seeing some hockey, with a 50-50 deal on the table, one that split revenue equally between the Players Association and the league. The NHLPA shot it down. They fired back with 3 more of their own ideas, none of which the league deemed acceptable. NHL Commissioner Gary Bettman expressed his frustration with what he calls a step backward.
We have each other's numbers, and if there's something to talk about, we're always ready, willing, and able to be anywhere at any time.
So to answer your question from earlier, Shamola, no hockey yet, but the fans want it back now more than ever.
Thanks, Bailey.
Up next, Tom Jackson tells us what's going on in the world of glitz and glamour.
Got any saucy scandals for us, Tom?
You know I do. Coming up in entertainment, find out what bizarre business is now sponsoring a Greek soccer team and info on the most in-demand tickets for concerts in Southern California. Coming up in entertainment.
Turning a 20-foot wall into a canvas takes vision. So will getting into college. I've got what it takes. So do you.
I just moved in with his family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous.
Welcome back. I'm Christina Hasenworl.
And I'm Shamola Karker, and you're watching Chapman News.
Now on to some salacious stories from entertainment expert Tom Jackson.
What do you have for us, Tom?
Oh, I got some good stories for us today. All right, for those losers who don't know what social media is, you may have missed Chapman's admissions office throwing their hat into the rink of college raps. Filmed by Panther Television and featuring various students and alumni, this Chapman rap has the production value expected by a top-notch film school, and the writing is definitely fly. Various college-targeted blogs have already picked up on the video, and response has been as expected when the video is 2 years too late. Students have applauded the effort, but again have questioned the originality of it nowadays. Bloggers beware. Posting whatever you want may cause more trouble than you're looking for. Celebrity gossip blog Gawker is being sued by Hulk Hogan for leaking some of his more private videos. The lawsuit claims posting the video constitutes a shameful and outrageous invasion of plaintiff's right of privacy by a group of loathsome defendants who have no regard for human dignity and care only about maximizing their revenues and profits at the expense of all others. Mr. America is also going after longtime friend and Tampa radio host Bubba the Love Sponge and his wife Heather Clem for filming the incident. Not sure why Hollywood Hulk is angry. The Hulkster may be past his prime between the ropes, but between the sheets he's doing just fine. And in international news, well, the story is at least entertaining. An amateur soccer club in Greece found an interesting way to be financed after the economic hardships of the past few years in the Greek islands. The Vokofalis Soccer Club in Larissa is now sporting a pink jersey with logos of local brothels like Villa Erotica and Solace House of History. The head-turning shirts may not see the light of the pitch if the league has anything to say about it, stating they are inappropriate for younger fans. However, the club is appealing the ban. The Chapman Career Development Center hosted the Prowl Fashion Show on Thursday evening in the Atala Piazza. Students from different organizations came out to strut their stuff on the runway while others came to support their friends. In addition to a great show, there was a free raffle, photo shoot area, and great opportunities for students hoping to graduate with the job. The piazza was lined with booths from companies such as Vans, PacSun, and Pacific Dental, there to hand out information about internships and career opportunities. Students could come and get vital information for their futures while learning how to dress appropriately for all business occasions. The event is sponsored by Nordstrom and was free to all students. This Saturday, October 20th, the City of Tustin is presenting their 5th annual Old Town Art Walk. The event will take place at the Parks and Recreation Center from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Wine tasting, sidewalk artistry, live music, a Smile Tustin photo contest, bus tours of the city, and kids' art at the library will be just a few of the fun activities taking place. Don't miss your chance to view and purchase some of Tustin's finest art. And tickets go on sale today for 2 of Southern California's biggest events. Kiss FM's Jingle Ball tickets went on sale at 10 a.m. this morning for Kiss Club VIPs and are expected to sell out before tickets even reach the general public. Taylor Swift's hosting the night one of the music event with Justin Bieber headlining night 2, December 1st and 3rd. Ryan Seacrest will return as host to the event taking place at Nokia Live in LA. And Stagecoach tickets are now officially on sale as well. Tickets for both events are expected to sell out quickly, so if you're planning to buy tickets to either events, better buy your tickets right now. Well, of course, after the show. That's all I have for entertainment this week. Chapman students, will you be draining your wallets for Jingle Ball or Stagecoach tickets today? Tweet us at Chapman News and let us know.
Thank you, Tom. An animal hospital in Orange held a fundraiser in their parking lot for 3 local animal shelters this past Sunday. People and pets were encouraged to wear their best Halloween costumes. The event included a costume competition, pumpkin carving contest, and silent auction. Local venues even donated portions of their sales. Over $3,000 were raised for animal shelters across Orange County. The costume contest winner was a corgi and his owners dressed as woolly mammoths and an animal handler.
Log on to our website, chapmannews.tv, to see all of our episodes, Chapman Newsy bios, and top headlines.
And make sure you also follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/ChapmanNews, Twitter @ChapmanNews, and YouTube at youtube.com/ChapmanNews.
Thank you for watching Chapman News. I'm Christina Hosenoral.
And I'm Shamola Karker. Have a great weekend.